guys, welcome to my new video on how I made my Red Death mask. So I'm going to run you guys through how I got from a concept to the actual pull. This isn't the finished item, I'm taking you right up to the cast and me cleaning it up. I haven't actually painted it yet, but if you guys are interested in actually physically following this kind of project of mine, please go to my cosplay page at Facebook. That is under Clockwork Dandy Noodles. Just type it into the bar and I should come up, because I think I'm one of the only people with that title that I'm aware of. You never know, there could be more. I am the only one. So first things first, what I did, I took the concept art. So concept art's a really good place to start. So this is probably one I'm going to submit on a portfolio. So I will be making this hopefully for a competition, but don't know when it's going to be finished yet. So for now, we'll keep it airy-fairy. So the problem with Phantom of the Opera is every single person who has played Phantom has their own version. So there are many different versions. So especially you find this with any musical. The characters kind of, every time you get a new character, they kind of change it up a bit. They'll say, I don't know, we haven't changed the hat in a while, so let's add this trim instead of this trim. What I've done here, I'm now basically about to run through different versions of Phantom, just so you get an idea of how a character on musicals can change. This first one here is from Moscow. I really like this, and I'm probably going to end up taking some of that design across. This is one of the London versions. I think this is John Owen Jones. Again, followed by definitely John Owen Jones there. Second up is France. You can see this is very different. This one's got a lot of differences on it, but I'm not making that version. And the version I am actually going to make, I'm making Ramin Karimlou's version, his 25th anniversary version. The only thing I'm going to be adding in is he hasn't got a headscarf on this. So you can see on this picture here, especially, you can see around the mask, his ears and his head. If you compare that back to the other Phantoms, they've all got like scarves around just to kind of hide the bits and pieces. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to be doing that. I'm making Ramin's version, but I will be adding in a scarf essentially. So I think I've decided to go for John Owen Jones, so we'll keep it kind of to the London versions. That's the only difference. So essentially, that's what I would put in the portfolio essentially. So as you can see, Ramin's mask is very skeletorial compared to the other ones, which are very blocky and basic. This one I really love. It's got the veins, it's got the details, it's got more of those gorgeous details that make it look like a skull, an actual skull, not just the kind of an attempt of a skull. This really does look like a skull to me. I love it, and the colours are great. So first things first, I have a head mould. This is my head. You can see the pen below. You will need to kind of block out roughly where on your face certain things should come up. So on Ramin, I kept checking, does this bit come up to my ear? Does this bit go above my lips, kind of thing. So you can see I started to block in roughly with clay, just where the actual kind of jaw bits and pieces will be. And I'm using Chavant clay, so an oil-based clay for you guys will just do you absolutely fine. And you can see here I am again, just kind of building up the pieces. After you have built it up and you've got that sexy lower jaw going on, I was really happy with my lower jaw, you are going to need to build yourself a mould box, because we're going to be casting this in resin. So this mould box here, as you can see, I've just kind of made it out of card, which I've cut to pieces, and around the edges I've kind of built up around clay and some glue just to check there's no leakage. I had no leakage on this. The silicone I am using is from Polycraft. I use both, I'll just tell you now that my resin and my silicone both kinds of Polycraft. So you can basically find that I've got the pink version. I used Fixo as well, which kind of thickens it up quicker. So the first layer, make sure you do it unthicken, don't touch it, let it do its thing, and then build up afterwards to make it a little bit thicker, and it makes the mould more kind of secure. So after you've got a mould and it's kind of cured, sorry about that, somebody's messaging me. So once your mould has cured, don't touch the mould, don't demould it yet. You're going to make a kind of a mother mould. I've just used bandage here. It's kind of like a plaster cast kind of thing. This is that is kind of medical grade. So then you demould and you can see I had a mould. So you do again the same with your top kind of skull. I just kind of blocked it all in properly kind of thing. So this will be different for whatever projects you guys are working on. But again, do keep checking that things are level kind of thing. In this picture, you see the nose is wonky. I went back and I fixed that. Again, I made a box, and then obviously you went over in the silicone kind of thing. And then I had a mould. The mould looks messy, but it's just the edging. It will be the bits which don't really matter. So there is the resin cast of the lower jaw, but without any tidying, and there's the upper cast. before you pour your resin, so before you pour any resin, before you touch any resin, make sure you use a mold release. I don't care who says you can get away with what. Use a mold release. Get a nice spray, they're quite cheap, and it will save you kind of having any upsets. And you can use Vaseline, but you will see the kind of fingerprints. So I just recommend use some kind, just use the mold release, just spray it out and have some fun with it, kind of, guys. Pour your resin. I didn't demold, I left them for like half a day to kind of chill out and cure. Even though it's quite fast acting stuff, I just didn't trust myself. So you can see this is the messy version. Then after that, I took out all the middle bits and I've cleaned it up a little bit. It isn't fully done yet. I am now in the process of building up bits on the edge of green stuff, which I'll sand down once I'm done. This needs a lot of sanding, and of course some of those teeth needed blocking back in again with some green stuff. Lots more to go, and I hope this kind of helps you guys roughly know what you'll need to make a resin mask. I'm going to be doing jaw movements soon, so if you guys are interested in that, leave a comment below, because essentially I won't do it if no one's interested, kind of thing. So if you are interested in following this project though, if you want to see everything, go to the Facebook page, give it a like, and I hope this has kind of given you an insight in just the process of making a resin mask. So have a good day, guys, and stay creative.